Welcome to Retro Sports Gamer Channel. I'm Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and Mutant Football League, NFL Blitz, and a few other games. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom!
This is it, the Nintendo Gamecube exclusive, the only NBA Courtside on the Nintendo Gamecube, and this was the last NBA exclusive that Nintendo put out, and we're playing it tonight. This is one that I wanted to get to for a while. As you can see on the right side, I have the Nintendo Power Magazine cover of NBA Courtside 2002, back when they were on the older business model there of making the magazines and releasing the Nintendo Power. But as you know, the internet kind of did away with some of those magazines that were so popular in the 90s. Infamous Smoke, what's up? You were just watching the game day gameplay? Yeah, that was another good game, so thanks for watching that one. But this is one I wanted to play for a while, so I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna look real quick on, well, there's really not an options mode. What's up, Deontay Jenkins? That sounds like a good thing to be doing. I'm proud of you. Just get right into quick play. I know you could change the skill level once you get in. So yeah, I'm going Raptors, Lakers. Lakers, obviously, Kobe Bryant is the cover athlete. And a good idea by Nintendo to lock up Kobe to try to sell some basketball games, because he was white hot back when he was a rookie, looking like little Jordan, dunking, winning dunk contests, going through the legs. And then on the other side, you got the other guy who was tearing up the NBA, one of the best dunkers of all time, if not the best, Vinsanity, Air Canada, Vince Carter. That's who I'm going with. I'm going to try to take on the best team in the game, the Lakers. But you know what? I want to play at home, so let me see if I could switch sides. Raptors, Lakers. All the animations that they have, like pulling the control over, they really paid some attention to detail in this one. Let's see who I got on my team. Got Alvin Williams at point guard, Vince Carter, Mo Pete, Antonio Davis, and Akeem Olajuwon later in his career. Child's on the bench, the Junkyard Dog, Keon Clark, Del Curry, Tracy Murray, Eric Montress, and Michael Bradley. So I'm going to stick with what I have and start this game. So we got the rotating mechanical wheel. Looks kind of cool, like something that they would put on TV. What's up, Antonio? Let's see what they pulled out for starting lineups. I think the courtside games on the Nintendo 64 were some of the best simulation basketball games on the 64. That being said, I don't think any of them were that great on the 64. I want to see if they got some interesting starting lineups, but as far as how this game looks, I think it looks great. It's on par with what was coming out at the time, NBA 2K series. By today's standards, yes, I'm not saying this looks great, but for the time, these guys look really, really good. There he is, Shaq Diesel. Antonio's saying he played this one a lot on the GameCube. Me personally, I remember playing it once. I remember if my brother rented it or borrowed it from a friend, but he was the one that more played GameCube because he was younger. How's it going, Eli the Wolf? And I was playing online on the PS2, so he's playing GameCube. So yeah, they turned the lights off for the starting lineup. There's Vince Carter, looking buff as ever. There's Peterson. So one of the sports games that I can't play vertically up and down is basketball games. I absolutely hate it. I have to play on the side view, the broadcast, how it looks on TV. I just can't do it. Like hockey games, I could switch between horizontal and vertical, but not basketball games. Hakeem the Dream wins the jump ball. Hakeem can't shoot over Shaq. If they rebooted the Courtside series for Switch, that would be awesome. Who would be the cover athlete on that? This is the first game that didn't have Kobe Bryant as in the title of the game. The 2-on-64 had his name in the actual title. Oh, Vince Carter with the moves. I like how when the block came, he adjusted the layup. I didn't actually have to do that. He just did it on his own. But I'll have to go back and play NBA 2K2 and see how these two compare. I know this looks better than live at the time. Live took a while to figure it out in this era. Vince Carter shooting over. Collector's Edition, Kevin Garnett. T-Wolves Standard Edition, Karl Anthony Towns, T-Wolves. I like that. The Twin Towers of different generations on the T-Wolves. The Garnett T-Wolves, at least this far in his career, were way better. That was the last time the Timberwolves were really good. It's game speed. Difficulty normal. That's fine. So Lakers off to a quick lead. Oh, wow. Derek Fisher just rips it. Oh, nice. That looked pretty good. I like how the rim contorted on the Kobe Bryant, number 24. Shaq in the middle. So I did play a warm-up quarter before I started this, and I was in the lead. I don't know what's going on. This is a poor start. And they're making everything.
Shaquille is so big, you're always blown away by his size, but don't forget he's got great footwork and a wonderful soft touch around the
It kind of screws me up that B is pass and A is shoot. Look at that dunk. The one-handed windmill. The players are super buff. But they look good. They're not quite as buff as like NBA Showtime, but yeah, they're big. That looks like a dunk that Kobe would actually do. Maybe they got him on the motion capture on that one. Timberwolves fan from New Jersey. I like the T-Wolves these last, 5 seasons. I thought they were going to do something when they got Tom Thibodeau. But, yeah, he just started messing with the roster too much. I like Zach LaVine that they trade him to the Bulls because he's now our best player, even though the team's disappointing. Wow, Kobe says no to that spin move. These guys are just finding it and dunking on me. Game Escape, what's up? Elijah played for the Raptors. Yeah, late in his career, he played for the Raptors. It was pretty much a retirement party for him. Oh, Vince Carter. Making impossible shots. I guess redeem myself a little bit. Yeah, Wiggins is playing a lot better, although the Timberwolves are on a major skid. They were like, I don't know, did they lose 10 in a row yet? They were like 10-8, and then last time I checked, they were 10-17. Even though I'm a bit sad the Nets left us, even though my brother follows them, even when they moved to Brooklyn. Yeah, this would be pretty disappointing. They had some good runs, especially with Jason Kidd. I thought they would be better with Vince Carter, but they just were heavy on a few players and didn't have the same depth. You can also pass with the C buttons. Williams with the moves. I don't know. What do you guys think? How does this compare to the other 2002 NBA games at the time? Because there was a lot of them. NBA Inside Drive was the one that was out on the Xbox. You had NBA Live, NBA 2K2. I think you still had NBA In the Zone games. Oh, no. Derek Fisher. Well, just putting it on normal from easy is a huge difference. Seems like they're getting a lot more steals. And blocking's not a problem either. I just can't stop them at all. I probably shouldn't have played the best team in the game, but we're just draining everything. So Game Escape says he's from New Jersey as well. That's Carter's shot right there. Nets left. Couldn't stay a fan. Yeah, that's got to hurt. That leaves the Knicks, which is so painful. Hey, they missed, and I didn't get the rebound. Oh, my goodness. This is bad. New Jersey Wolverines. Elvin Williams. There's some pretty good animations with how the ball goes in the hoop. I like that attention to detail. You didn't always see that in this era. A lot of, repeats, generics. But when he threw down that alley-oop, I'll take it because that would have been a dunk. Goaltending? Are you? I don't believe that. That was an accident. Yeah, I don't think that's likely, but whoa, that was definitely goaltending. I'm going to pass with the C buttons just to... There we go. These are some pretty good dunks. I didn't like NBA Live in this era till 2003. My memory's kind of foggy on NBA Live 2002, but 2001 was bad. Well, good thing the buzzer sounded. So far, they're beating me by 8 every quarter. Yeah, I'm surprised the Nets pulled off the big signings. Looks like they'll probably make the playoffs this year, but still a lot of basketball left to be played. The Nets are part of the Brooklyn Development Project. They need a sports team to make it work, and the Nets obliged. Don't see them building a huge fan base. Yeah, I don't know the area too well, so you could be right about that. I'm from Chicago, so a lot of stuff on the East Coast is foreign to me. I've been to the state of New York and Boston before. Tough to play defense in this game is what I've noticed. Antonio Davis using the glass. Fundamental player. L is the turbo. One thing about the Gamecube is, man, spin move works out. The trigger buttons are a little bit uncomfortable after pressing them for a while. Of course, the big signs help with the Knicks being so bad. This should be an opportunity, but I'm not confident. Oh, come on. They ripped that spin move pretty easy. Oh, Robert Horry just backing down people. Yeah, 2003 live. That was the first good one. I might even skipped live 2002 because 2001 was so bad. I'm having to think too much what the buttons are. It's not a good sign. The New York Nets. Yeah, that might be helpful. I don't get the whole color concept of the new Nets. I don't really like it. They're just black and white. You could do a crossover with the X button, but it doesn't look to be that effective. Oh, little commentary, half man, half amazing. Like that. They still call him that. Yeah. So we have some that agree. The Nets colors are really not doing anything. But the NBA jerseys are crazy now. Big time windmill. Teams will switch jerseys on like a nightly basis. Didn't used to be like that. Teams had like 3 jerseys. Now they have like, man, the Warriors must have had like 20 last year. It seemed like. Kobe's not going to miss that deep in the paint. Alvin Williams. Well, Pete's really not, there it is, lefty. My idea is that they'll throw back to the New Jersey Nets days for the New York Nets. Yeah, if they start wearing those old Nets jerseys, that would be pretty cool. Shaq hasn't missed a shot. Derek Fisher has 12 assists. That was a better quarter, but still down 14, made up only 2 points of ground. Oh, yeah, the sleeves. I wonder how the players feel about the sleeves. All these years without sleeves, and you're like, oh, you know what? You got to wear sleeves tonight. I don't get it. And I hate the fact that the white home color, yeah, it's just all over the place now. I think that would be more marketable across the country if it just said New York instead of Brooklyn. It's a good idea. Big jumper, Alvin Williams. All right, let's see if I get a really aggressive with the steals. I didn't know I only had it on 3-minute quarters. Kind of wish I put it on 5. I think I might have had some time to come back in this one. Carter, ready to show off that vertical, dunking on people. Did you guys see that video of Ja Morant trying to dunk over Kevin Love? He was pretty close to doing that. Oh, man. We can't let Derek Fisher. It probably didn't sell that well, is my guess. Nintendo was trying to compete across the board at this time with power and all the offerings. But no online play, I think, ultimately did them in, and they didn't really move on to the next gen. And Carter's good. He's just straining everything. Vince Carter's still in the league. He is on the Hawks, and he's still been pretty productive. There was a game I saw he had like 17 points. Most of the time he just comes in and plays 12 to 15 minutes. Are they really just holding the ball? The shot percentage of shots that go in this is very high. Just rip Davis right away. But my idea is arena either in Rutherford. Sorry. Oh, it's Carter with the big windmill. That dunk looks so good. Woo. That's nasty. Gamecube was the last era where Nintendo made an attempt to be the most powerful console. Yep. And then they just totally quit on it and came out with the Wii. They're like, hey, we don't really need any more power. Let's just change the way you play. Derek Fisher leading the league in assists, 13. Oh, look at that. The sky hook. Thank you, Antonio. I really like the way the dunks look in this. If I have one complaint, it's just that shots go in too much, but... Oh, nice block. I think as this game went on, I got closer. Fisher's got to get his hands on everything. Davis getting in on the action. Atlantic City Arena for the New Jersey Nets when they return. Oh, no. Shaq is the X factor in this game. Just didn't miss. (54-42), 12 seconds left. Not sure that AC would be a good place for an NBA team. Too far away in the major population business centers of the state. Sorry. Well, this game's already over, so I went out of bounds. So I think I'm going to play another one. I had fun playing this one. This is a pretty good game. So you're talking about Atlantic City. I've heard Kobe's the player of the game. Go figure. It's his game. I've heard that the business is down in Atlantic City. Don't know much about it, but that's what I've heard. There's a street ball mode. Yeah, I saw some of the video of that. Vince Carter with 26. I wonder if you could change the controls. I'm having to think too much on the buttons. The A just always feels like pass to me, and it's not. Let's get Minnesota Timberwolves in there. Seems like it might be a more even matchup. Or do you guys want to see the Nets? Getting a lot of talk about the Nets and Timberwolves. This isn't a good Nets team though. Timberwolves match up a lot better. Eli the Wolf wants Wolves Nets. Alright, well, considering I just lost by... considering I just lost by double digits, I'll probably go in the Wolves for this one. So, let's change the logos here. I'm going with the T-Wolves. T-Wolves. Let's get that in there right. Do they have retro jerseys in this game? That's a good question. I don't know. And the Nets. So these logos that I'm pulling up are from NBA Jam TE. So they're of that era. So those are retro. The logo's on the left. Preference, game speed, normal. Doesn't look like you could change the controls from here. I'm not seeing where it lets you change the jerseys, which I'm fine with, but Eli the Wolf says he has that on Super Nintendo. Yeah, great game to play and have on Super Nintendo. Oh yeah, I'm liking this team. Anthony Peeler still. Terrell Brandon, Wally Zerbiak, Kevin Garnett. I remember this guy. But I think he's coming out for Joe Smith, let's be honest. Joe Smith was the first pick in the NBA draft. Solid role player, but never really lived up to the hype. I got Chauncey Billups on the bench as well. Might as well get 2 point guards in there. Yeah, that's my most talented lineup, so that's what I'm going with. I'm playing against... When did I switch it to the Knicks? That must have been an accident. I'll quit it. I'll quit the game. Yeah, the way you change the teams in this is weird. Like, you use either the Left side is okay. Now we got the Nets in there. All right, back to that same lineup. Let's start the game. Load time's pretty good in this game. Gets you to the action quick. All right, I'm not watching the starting lineups this time. Starting 5. I remember that game. That's the one that 989 Sports made? They ended up switching the shootout series to. Is that right? That's what I remember, at least. Garnett is going to be doing some work on Kenyon in this one. I just have a feeling. Konami. Okay, so they changed NBA in the zone to that. How is starting 5? I have no experience with that series. Chauncey getting up. It took Chauncey a while to find his proper home, but once he did, he was a champion. J. Kidd. So yeah, the Nets are just rated terrible in this, but this is when they had all their guys that they went to the finals with, except Van Horn. That's one I'll have to track down and play. Wish Starting 5 2005 came out in the States, but it was only released in Japan. Yeah, they also had, Konami also had a arcade game that was Japan only. That came out in, like, I want to say 99 or 2000. Whoa, that was way off. Jason Kidd. You got to give Jason Kidd those jumpers. Got to remember, I got KG. Last game didn't go down too much to Antonio Davis and Elijah one. Oof. Kenyon bringing down the house. I don't know why they're just firing it down the court like that. I don't like that. I'll try just using the C buttons to pass, or the C stick. Sega Virtua NBA, yeah, that's it. I've never played it. I would like to play it one day. Oh, no way Van Horn's doing that. What? He's off to such a good start. One pump fake, and that's all he needs on Garnett, I guess. It feels to me like it would have been great if the C-stick could bust out crossovers and stuff. It feels like it would be natural, but that's not how this game works. pretty much as bad of a start as the last game. I've played run and gun. That's one of those games where it's almost better on the Super Nintendo. It's called NBA Give and Go because it's got the NBA license and it's pretty much the same game. Oh no, come on. Garnett's going to be missing those. Yeah, that's tough. It's just really tough to play defense. Feel like the Timberwolves might move out of the target center. See if Wally can drain a three. Didn't really want him to fade away, but that's what he went with. It's just too easy for them to get in. Well, once Billups getting down there, he seems to be pretty efficient. Joe Smith. Three in the key. We're really going to be calling that right now. Yeah, it's almost like once they start their animation on the dunk, you have very little chance of blocking it. Oof, Garnett shooting poorly from the field. And even when you do block it, Todd McCullough still gets it in the rim. It is difficult. It's hard to play defense. Garnett with the 360. I'm going to do my best to come back in this one. It's just I don't know what the best strategy is to slow down them from making any shots. Steals, that will help. Brandon's super fast. Oh. Can't take advantage. And charging, so they're turning the ball over on their own. Brandon just not shooting well. I think once I got the hang of this, though, Brandon could hit the free throw. The Xcel Energy Center. What would be the advantage of being in that stadium versus where they play now? So they only got 2 points ahead of me there. Van Horn showing Joe Smith who's boss. Too easy. It's bigger. Timberwolves, to me, are one of those NBA teams just based off the ticket prices where they have a tough time getting the people out to the games. I don't know if it's still like that. Kittle's draining threes. Garnett with the one-legged fadeaway.
KG was just the 9th player in the history of the league to average at least 20 points, 10 boards, and 5 assists a contest.
The commentary in this game is not that great. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just we'll pass off. Oh, we know Zerbiak can shoot. But the mayor of St. Paul wants him to move out there too. Todd McCullough, see, I just like moved out of his way. I was there. Yeah, that's the biggest. And as you can see, I don't think I'm playing on arcade. I don't really see any shooting fouls happening. There's been no free throws at all. So there's something wrong with just being able to foul. Once they're in that deep, you could forget it. I like the chat going on. You guys are talking about some stuff that I really don't look into that often, which is what's going on in local Minnesota as far as the team and where they play. Jerry Kittle, 4 assists. This game's not out of reach yet, but I'm going to need some defense. Yeah, one commentator. I mean, it's better than no commentator, but yeah. Chauncey Billups throwing it down. Still trying to make up that 8 points I lost in the first quarter. See, that was well defended. There doesn't seem to be any justification for a defender standing in the guy's face for him missing. Just seems like if you get it off and they don't block you, then it's going in. Ticket prices might be cheaper in St. Paul. All right, 9-point deficit. We'll see if we can take down the Nets in this fourth quarter. But yeah, this logo and color is way better for the Nets than what they currently have. Kenyon screaming. Well, Brandon just getting offensive rebounds. Well, Brandon was off to a slow start, but now he's seeming to find his groove. There might be some way to slow that down, but man, Garnett just not shooting well. I just don't see it. Interception. They're double teaming Garnett. Oh, shooting foul. I get to see what the free throws are like. Oh, I don't like this at all. Well, it went in. Yeah, they do scream pretty loud on the dunks. Well, there's like a microphone on the rim in the real NBA, so it kind of makes sense. Bill Smith really hasn't gotten involved much, but there he hit a shot.
You knew Joe Smith was going to be a warrior in the NBA after his displays of basketball.
And if you could block dunks, then this game would be more enjoyable. Oh, that was cool. That just happened automatically. This game has some good things about it, though. I don't know, Antonio, you said you played this game a lot, so did you have difficulty playing defense? Is that just how this game is? When I do get them to miss, a lot of times they seem to get the offensive rebound. I don't really know what switch player is on defense either. I haven't been able to do it the whole time. You had a difficult time on defense? Yeah, that's what I figured. Jason Kidd throwing one down himself. It's a shame because there's a lot that I do like about this game, but yeah, without being able to stop them scoring. Oh, that was a nice tip dunk. Oh, Campbell wants KG to get the ball. I'll get KG the ball next time down the floor. See that? I just wasn't down there on defense because I couldn't see him. I just get an easy dunk. Garnett getting stuffed by Kenyon. Come on. Keith Van Horn. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this was brutal getting dunked on all the time. Maybe if you go into defensive strategy and pick double teams or something. There you go, KG feeding them. About where I was last game. Oh, there's a block finally. They call goaltending. I just don't understand it. That was not goaltending. And that does it. Nets get the win. Some of you guys in the chat probably happy to see that, but the Timberwolves go down, unfortunately. Eli tried to do it for you, and it just didn't happen. Kenyon Martin outplayed me using Kevin Garnett. The Excel Timberwolves court would look amazing. See the stats. It was pretty spread out. Zerbiak didn't really get in on the action too much. It's hard to move the ball to get open threes where you feel like it's a good shot. Brandon's really quick in this. And Billups has some surprising athleticism, which he did have earlier in his career. And that's it. So there's quick play, arcade play, NBA season play, skills mode, creative player, update rosters. Overall, Courtside it's a good effort. it looks just as good as the games at the time, better than a lot of them. As far as the dunks that it gives you and animations, I would say it's probably the best. The problem in this game is it's just hard to play defense. It's like they didn't really calculate a way for you to block those smooth looking dunks. And then when you do block them, you get awkward goaltending calls, which makes it even harder to play defense. So Antonio's saying they're a 3-point contest mode also. Good night, Game Escape. I appreciate it. Yes, got to go back and explore some of these classics. Put them on display. These are great games of the past. We lived through an amazing time where video games accelerated at a great pace through the 90s into the 2000s. And you could see it with a game like this. So Eli the Wolf saying, so do you think it's a possibility for the Wolves to join the Wild in the Xcel Energy Center? Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, ultimately it comes down to the politics of and owners of the team, what they want. Just relating it to something that happened in Chicago when the Cubs were looking to do a bunch of stuff. The Chicago Cubs, we're talking about baseball team now. When they were looking to, renovate the stadium and do all this, one of the suburban mayors of the town, Cicero, was like, we'll give the Cubs free land if they play here. He's like, I don't care when they play. They could play, they could start games at midnight if the Cubs play here. Which, of course, it didn't happen. They didn't want to do it. But, yeah, a lot of it comes down to the politics. So, there's a 3-point contest and a practice mode in skills mode. So, yeah, this game's, it's a fun, I would say it would be more fun playing versus someone than the computer who just takes advantage of every little thing you mess up on, like not getting down the floor when you can't see where your guy is to guard him. They did that to me multiple times. But yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in to watch this on the Retro Sports Gamer YouTube channel. We'll have some more streams coming up for you. Tomorrow's Monday night, so there'll be some streaming from D-Men Tap. Probably, the old school early 90s stuff, Tecmo Super Bowl, NHL 94, maybe some RBI even. Antonio's saying, peace, Tom. Do NBA Live 2004 next. I gotta see if I have that version, but I'll put that in the queue for this Christmas break. NBA Live, I know I have 03 and 05 for sure. I'll have to look to see if I have 04. I probably do, because that's when I started to like the series again. Oh yeah, some of the PC versions look great. Just came down to if you had a PC that could play them properly. Who's on the cover of 04 NBA Live? Because then I could probably tell you if I have it. Is that the one with Jason Kidd on the cover? Because if that's the case, I think I have it. Oh, Vince Carter. Yeah, surprisingly, I'm not sure if I have that one. But yeah, I'll put it in the queue. We'll get some of these NBA Lives going on the PS2. Vince Carter. Yeah, I know Vince Carter has a great cover on NBA Inside Drive 2002 where he's doing the between the legs dunk. That's one of my favorite basketball game covers, I think, is that one, because that was such an iconic dunk in the dunk contest. Vince Carter on the Raptors. Okay, so that's gonna do it for tonight. We'll get some of those other NBA games streaming soon. Thank you for watching. Take care. We'll see you later.